Hi, Tom. How are you?
Indefatigable, too. Also, Dan.
Are
How
you?
are you?
I'm great, but we're calling you with bad news here. With Gronk down and out here, looks like for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and in the statement, the Patriots basically acknowledging we're not expecting him back in 2016, and Belichick indicated, they'll get more information after the surgery is complete, and we'll update then. But there's no way he's coming back this year. It's a dubious claim. It's the third time his back has been opened up. It's his ninth surgery since 2009 at 27. It does cast a pall over things, not just football-wise, but, as a player and as what he represents kind of in the league.
You look at this team without him now. How big of a difference is this going to make?
Pretty big, and the reason is we can talk about Martellus Bennett and the slack that he'll pick up and the fact that the running game's better. But if you just consider that Seattle game, even after he took a thunderous hit from Earl Thomas, down the stretch of that game, he made a 26-yard reception to put the Patriots on the doorstep with 1:30 left. And then even with Cam Chancellor on him, the Patriots were still going to Gronkowski on the game-ending plays or on the game-ending play.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows how much trust and faith they have in him. So they're still, I would say, more likely than not to be the number one overall seed and the best team in the AFC. But they have lost what they build their offense around.
How did this injury happen?
Well, he's got an impaired back anyway, and he got landed on against the Jets, and that's what the Patriots and the Gronkowski family released a statement stating yesterday. Now, there was the need for that statement because Vic Carucci, who's a long-time and respected reporter, tweeted that the injury occurred against Seattle. And I talked to Vic yesterday. I said, well, so you're saying that if it occurred against Seattle, that he had a herniated disc previous to the Jets game and he was on the field practicing last week and then taking the field against the Jets as well with a herniated disc, which seems, given the care that they take, both Gronkowski's family and the Patriots, in making sure this guy's upright, it seemed like a stretch to believe that they would assent to that.
Well,
so
is the family upset?
Clarifying it.
Is the family upset with anybody, the Patriots here, that Gronk played this past week?
Not yet established. I don't know why they would be. I mean, he had what was called a pulmonary contusion, basically an organ bruise after the hit from Earl Thomas. He took a week off. He was cleared to play medically and by independent people, so they put him on the field. But here's them simply even putting out a statement jointly with the Gronkowskis is so far afield, but it did happen earlier last year. It happened after his knee injury. So there is so much care and feeding and maintenance of not just Gronk, but Gronk Inc. and, Gordy Gronkowski. And it's a very well-educated group that they're dealing with because all the kids have played in the NFL. And they understand that this is an injury-prone kid whose livelihood and ability to walk even hinge on how he is used on the football field. And it's not going away. This has been a concern for them since he was 20 years old.
Do you still consider New England the favorite?
Kinda. Defense is kind of shaky.
Kinda. Sorta. That's hard-hitting reporting right there.
He gives it to you straight. So when you look at them, they still have Belichick and Brady, so that's the great equalizer. Oakland has to close with games, I believe, at Kansas City and at Denver.
Yep.
And maybe at the Chargers. I got to check that. But they have a hellacious stretch. I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas City ends up winning that division. And I'm not looking at Andy Reid and Alex Smith as that daunting if they come to New England. The Patriots handled them pretty easily last year. They're a better team heading toward the playoffs than they were in 2015, and they were just, a 2-point conversion away from going, despite the fact that team wasn't that hot that day.
And Belichick didn't say... I'm sorry, Tom.
I was going to say, how's everybody there? You seem subdued.
I seem subdued?
What's going on there?
No,
you don't seem yourself.
Well, this is a downer. I'm talking about Gronk. He's done for the year. I'd like to see Gronk play again. Be nice to have the Patriots, well represented. Yeah, no, that's all. We're grilling steaks here during the show. Everything's good. Fritzy's not here. Everybody's in a good mood, Tom. This is the actor, so
he
I
does
have
cast
to.
a pall, doesn't he?
Yeah, so I have to be a little sadder when I'm talking to you. I can't sound gleeful if we're talking about Gronk.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Was that tone deaf on my part then?
A little bit. I mean, I'm just, don't we always, whenever there's sad news, you got to come down a little bit there. It's like, oh,
Nobody
terrible.
does the sad news like Chris Berman, though. Were you ever mesmerized by the way you could talk? Were you ever mesmerized by the way you could do that?
No, I was not.
You lie.
No, but Chris will always, after a sad story, he'll go, we'll be back after this.
That's exactly right.
We'll be back after this. Your Jaws? Yeah, right, Raiders. Yeah, so that's it. Everybody's in a good mood. No, festive, open up December, great mood. Got steaks on the grill, and we got beers chilling. We're good.
And then Gronk wrenched his back and ruined everything.
Yeah.
Here's the interesting thing. Before just one other aspect of this to watch. The Patriots have such great control over Gronk business-wise that this could not have happened at a worse time for him because they just picked up the back end of his 6-year, $54 million contract, which pays him $4.25 million in salary next year, then $8 million and $9 million, way under what everybody else is going to be making. Very easy to afford under the cap. So watch for that zit coming to a head.
And I thought it was insensitive that you said the back end of his deal, the emphasis on back. Well done, Tom. Well done.
Thank you.
No. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah. Are we done here?
Yeah. Yeah. I got to cheer. I got to get cheery now. I've been subdued. Now I'm going to get cheered up a little bit here, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Thanks, Tom. That's Tom E. Curran, Comcast Sportsnet New England.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.